The first thing General Varric of the Thren Dominion learned about humans was that their children were not strategic assets. Mission was meant to be simple and clean. A small human colony had settled on a fertile world near Dominion space. They built farms and wind towers and bright modular homes. They transmitted cheerful messages about crops and community festivals. High Command saw weakness. Humans were new among the stars. They were inventive but divided, emotional but ambitious. Dominion strategy was clear: apply pressure early, remove future threats before they mature. Varric commanded a single carrier group. Enough to intimidate, enough to control, not enough to start a full war. His ships entered orbit without resistance, no defense. Platforms rose to meet them, no fleet challenged. Their arrival scans showed tractors and irrigation grids, storage silos and schools. It looked harmless. Varrock ordered a ground team to deploy Dominion transports, descended through soft white clouds, and settled between golden fields. Armored troopers marched forward in perfect lines. Pulse carbines, ready, sensors active. That was when Varrock heard laughter. A group of small humans ran through the crops. They chased a floating toy drone that blinked. With colored lights, their clothing was bright. Some wore capes made from towels. One carried a stick like a sword. They saw the troopers. They did not scream. One pointed at Varrock and shouted something. The translator rendered it with mild confusion. "You, a space crab?" Another asked if this was a paradeverac. Felt irritation. He ordered the children secured, no harm. Minimal force. The troopers lifted them carefully. The children protested loudly. One demanded to speak to a manager. Another kicked a soldier and declared this was illegal. Within minutes, 12 human children sat inside a containment chamber aboard Varrock command shuttle. A barrier of light shimmered around them. Varrock opened a channel to the colony leadership. "Your young are in our custody. Surrender your claim to this system. Accept Dominion oversight. Resist and they will be transported for re-education." Silence followed. Then a voice replied, calm and steady. "You took the kids a HFY. Pause, you made a mistake." The channel closed. Varrock frowned. "Prepare for orbital retaliation," he ordered. There was none. 5 quiet minutes passed him side. The chamber. One child pressed both hands against the barrier. "Hey, space crab, are we in orbiter school?" Another child grinned. "My dad is going to freak out." Alarms erupted across the shuttle. Ground energy spikes detected. Varrock turned toward the tactical display. The farming equipment moved. Harvesters split open and revealed missile racks. Irrigation towers rotated and charged beam emitters. Wind turbines locked their blades and redirected stored power into defense grids. Colony buildings shifted. Walls slid aside. Heavy rail launches rose from beneath playgrounds. This was not a farm, it was a fortress. Dominion ships in orbit reported incoming fire. Precise, targeted, crippling. Human defenses struck drive systems and communication arrays. Not random, not desperate, calculated. Long-range sensors lit with new signals. Human ships, dozens, then hundreds. They translated into real space at extreme range. Military cruisers, retrofit cargo haulers, civilian vessels armed with improvised cannons. The formation was chaotic, but their targeting was unified. Day new transmission forced itself onto Dominion channels. A human appeared on screen, seated at a table, a plain mug in one hand. "General," the human said softly, "you have our children. They are unharmed. Comply, and they remain." Sotha human set the mug down. "You misunderstand. You did not take hostages. You declared war." More faces appeared behind the first. Older men and women uniformed. Officers, civilian leaders. Every available asset is inbound. Every fleet within 5 jumps. Every contractor. Every reserve group. You have minutes. Varrock watched as Dominion cruisers began to fall. Human ships moved like a storm. They adjusted vectors faster. Then Dominion algorithms could predict. They shared targeting data across decentralized networks each time. Dominion shields adapted. The humans changed frequency. A carrier vanished in white light, another spun helplessly as engines failed ground fire. Intensified Dominion transports were pinned disabled, but not destroyed. The humans wanted their children alive inside. The containment chamber one child crossed. Arms confidently told, "You." They always come. Varric felt something unfamiliar, not fear of death, fear of miscalculation. Dominion doctrine classified civilian leverage as effective pressure. Humans did not treat their young as leverage. They treated them as sacred. Another transmission cut through the chaos. "Return our children now. Power down your weapons. Surrenderer. We remove your ability to threaten anyone ever again." Varric examined the tactical display. Probability of victory declining rapidly. Probability of survival minimal. He looked toward the children. One wave. "Do the smart thing." Varric exhaled. "The containment field. Prepare landing. Transmit surrender." His officers hesitated, then obeyed. The shuttle descended under escort of human fighters. Weapons trained but silent. They landed near the colony center. The barrier dissolved. The children ran. Parents rushed forward, kneeling, crying, holding their young tightly. Human soldiers surrounded the shuttle, weapons steady. Eyes hardened. Older human woman approached Varric, her expression controlled but fierce. "You will issue a full apology. You will sign a non-aggression pact. You will provide reparations. Then you will leave." Varric inclined his head. Agreed. Dominion forces powered down across orbit. Human ships held position until every weapon went dark. As technicians secured systems, a small human approached. Varric's child held a folded sheet of paper for you. Varric accepted it carefully. Drawing showed a tall, armored alien beside smiling children under a bright sun. The child looked up. "Do not take kids again. Understood?" Yours. Later, Dominion academies studied. The engagement. It was called the Harvest Incident. The lesson was simple. Human settlements may look peaceful, human fleets may look disorganized, human politics may look divided, but when their children are threatened, they unite across factions, across worlds, across every line that once separated them. General Varric kept the drawing in his quarters for the rest of his career. Whenever an officer suggested coercion through civilian pressure, Varric placed the drawing on the table. Discussion always ended because the Dominion had learned if you can challenge human fleets, you can outmatch human weapons. You can compete with human industry, but if you take human children, every human becomes your enemy, and they do not stop until the children are home. Asterisk.